I want an apology on air right now or the show's over.
But I think it's really funny that she says, tried out some starter lies at first.
Now you're just gaslighting. I don't know why you're doing that.
You guys are just making an enemy out of me on this episode.
I think if you'd wanted to win, you would have won.
Maybe I'm stupid. I'm starting to think maybe I'm stupid.
This is the kind of loser talk that led you to losing this game of Mario Party, right?
And the funny thing was, I liked it.
Welcome, everyone, to a video game podcast. I'm one of your three hosts, Asterios Kokodos. But let's go around the pod and say hi. Let's start with you, Jinjo.
Hi, I'm LimeJinjo.
Okay, now you're going to want to throw to Shesez, because he's not going to know.
Who's that guy below us?
Hey, see, there you go.
Oh my god, it's me. I'm Shesez. How's it going, guys?
Hey, we're doing great. All right, now that we've gotten all the introductions out of the way, Jinjo says he's got like an urgent matter that like needs to be discussed right at the top of the show. So Jinjo, I'm going to toss it over to you.
I have a very important story to tell. I've been killing to tell this story for the past couple days. I was like, I have to tell this on the next AVGP because I don't know if I can continue the show unless I get a public apology from Shesez on this episode. So let me tell you the story. Last week, so this is the first episode we're recording since we launched, and last week was our launch week, and I was actually busy all launch week, not only checking on the show and responding to all the comments, but I actually had two friends over that were like staying in my house, and we were hanging out all week. And then on Saturday, Mr. Shesez came up and visited us, and we were having a ball. I would say it was going fantastic. Everyone was having fun. Everything was great until the number one mistake that any friends hanging out could ever make. Someone, I believe it was Shesez himself, said, "Let's play Mario Party." Yeah. Okay, this is where it gets...
I'll apologize for that, sure.
No, that's not what I want you to apologize
Mario Party rules.
for.
That's one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh, I like Mario
heck yeah.
Party. And I can even accept losing in Mario Party because
Can you?
I played it with Mr. Shesez. No. I played it with my friend Nat and my friend Zach Pilled, who got first with 9 stars, which was above anyone else. I think I finished with 8 stars because I got the bonus stars.
Wow, I didn't even realize you were that close.
Oh yeah, I was close, and I could have won if you didn't just like screw me over. Because here's the story. Okay, we're all fighting to topple over Zach. We're trying to get Zach off the top. And it's the final, 5 rounds of the game. So in the final 5 rounds of Mario Party, at least in Mario Party 6, the one we were playing, if you land on the same space, you're looking mad scary right now, she says.
Me?
Yeah, you had your hat turned down, you could just barely see the shadows of your eyes, and you're occasionally sipping a Prime. Are you trying to intimidate me? Out of not
that sounds more like I just lost somebody in an anime arc. You know,
tears streaming down your face. Can't
it's
believe
nothing.
You just lost me. You lost my friendship.
I lost my friendship.
Okay. I'm gonna finish this story because I bet everyone's like, "Oh, get on with it." What did he do? What did he do? That's so messed up. So I landed on the same space as Shesez, which means I have to duel him. I have enough coins that I can challenge him 4 stars. So if he loses, he has to give me a star. But I only had to put up 40 coins. Okay. And by the way, I was drunk. I was taking shots of vodka while we were playing. So we're about to duel, and Shesez says to me, before we start, can you get me a shot glass? Because I want to take a shot before we duel. And I thought Shesez was a good guy before this. I thought he was a great guy. That's why I started this podcast with him. I wouldn't have started a podcast with someone I thought was a bad person. So I'm like, sure, Shesez, I'll get up and go to my kitchen and get you a shot glass. So I go to my kitchen, grab him a shot glass. I grab him my nice Naruto Shippuden Akatsuki shot glass I got for $1 at Spirit Halloween.
It was made of plastic.
I pulled out the fine china for this man, is what I'm saying.
It was made of plastic.
I come back in the room. I show him the shot glass. Look at this funny shot glass I have. I'm about to pour him a shot. My friend Nat is giggling in the corner, and he's like, "Bro, look at the TV screen. Shesez started the duel game without me and just got to the point where he was one thing away from winning and was just waiting for me to look at the screen and notice the error in my ways. And then he won. He dueled without me being able to participate. And you know what's the worst part? You know what's the saddest part? Is I did the math. Based on the winning screen, because I got all the bonus stars and everything, if I won that duel, I would have beat Zach. I would have gone first place if I won that duel. Yes, I would have. Yes, I would have, because I would have kept my 40 coins. I would have kept my 40 coins that I put up in the duel, and I would have taken your star, which would have put me at 9 stars and 40 more coins, which would have been more coins than Zach had. I would have won the whole game. If I won that duel fair and square, if you didn't take it from me by taking advantage of my goodwill, getting you a shot of vodka, I would have won. I would have won the whole game and I would have been the Mario Party champ. But no, you with your pride and your ego, you just had to be the man. You had to take that victory from me. And I want an apology on air right now or the show's over.
You gotta admit, it was pretty funny.
It was a little funny, but I need an apology right now or the show is over. We're not getting to the main topic. This will be a 10-minute episode I upload, and it's going to be titled AVGP is over.
So what happened was I legitimately wanted to share a shot with you, and the minigame had started as you were walking away. Actually, it didn't. It was still on the screen.
How did it start?
Yeah.
Who pressed start?
So I saw this, and I thought in my head, I was like, wouldn't it be hilarious if I just played the minigame while he was getting me the shot? So it wasn't as premeditated as you might think, but like I had that thought in my head, and I was like, it would be really funny if I just pressed start and tried to finish the minigame while he's getting me a shot. So because I had an audience of people, your two friends there to see it, to witness it, I thought, you know what? This will make a better memory than just being legit. So I did the dirty deed. I pressed the start button, and I beat that mini game before you could sit down and realize what happened. So it was hilarious. Everybody was laughing. So
this is literally like a villain speech. And
I got away with it too.
I cheered you out of your star, and I liked it. It was funny.
And the funny thing was, I liked it. No, look,
this is so messed up. I am Kira. That's what you're saying right now.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get this going on. Asterios, I need you to be.
I am the god of the new Mario Party board.
Asterios, I don't think you've said anything since the beginning of the episode. You need to mediate. Who's in the right? Who's evil? Who's righteous? Who is in the wrong?
Easiest answer.
First off, I think it's really funny that she says, tried out some starter lies at first before just cutting straight to the truth.
The minigame was already started.
It started. How did it? It was already started. It was en media res, like any good story. we came in right in the middle of
things. I just misremembered. I wasn't trying to lie. That was just yeah.
You hit. No. It was paused, then you unpaused it. It's a binary thing, paused or unpaused. But
no. There was like the start screen where it's like, this is what you do, that kind of thing.
So I didn't even know what we were
doing. I made that choice, but I just couldn't remember if it was already going or not.
So you engaged UI elements, is what you're saying.
Well, even if it was already going, he could have just paused for me, like
absolutely.
a normal sane person would do.
There's definitely no noble path out of this. I definitely did a bad thing.
He's definitely the villain.
Okay.
You're right. It was funny. And I've made it funny again by bringing it up on the podcast days later.
But here's the thing. Here's the problem. The problem is, it's like, do you want to win the Mario Party or not, Jinjo? Because it's like, if you want to win, you'll win. And like, if you want to lose, you'll lose. And it kind of sounds like you must have wanted to lose to kind of like leave your controller unguarded, leave like the entire situation up to fate.
I got to get my friend a shot of someone I thought was my friend. Turned out to be a twisted psychopath. I got up from my chair to get my. And I will remind you, I was already drunk. So obviously I wasn't thinking completely straight.
Right.
I wanted to win. I got second place.
Did you want to win?
I was this close.
Wouldn't
I was this close to winning.
It.
No, this is stupid. I don't know what you're talking about.
If you'd wanted to win, you would have won.
Jinjo, he's right. You just didn't. You didn't
I
want
didn't want
to
it
win.
enough.
Admit
I didn't
it.
want it bad enough.
You didn't want to win. That's the reason
By
why
that
you
logic,
didn't.
By that logic, you wanted less than me because you got third.
I didn't want to win. I wanted to
You didn't
be
want to
evil.
win. Then why'd you do it? Then
Well,
why'd you
Because
do
the
it?
villains never win, and I wanted to be the
Because it was
villain.
funny.
Well,
It was funny.
Look, we're talking about the battle, not the war. Look, the
Stop
thing
sipping
is,
that prime.
he did
Stop
the
sipping
right.
that prime. It's making me angry. Put the prime down, man.
He made
Put
the.
it down.
Oh man.
Do you want to watch a YouTuber who's good at video games or bad at video games? You want to watch a good gamer. It's not. His name wasn't Captain N, the game dilettante. Like he was very good at games. I feel like it's fair to say he achieved mastery. She says, "What do you think?"
This is ridiculous. Imagine.
I think everything you said was right. Asterios,
Stupid. Imagine being in court. Imagine being in court, and the prosecutor and the defense attorney are arguing, and the judge is like, "Actually, I think you didn't want it bad enough."
I don't think you wanted it.
What's happening? This is so stupid.
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. It's abandoned property, and possession of property is 9/10 of the law. You abandoned your game. You abandoned your session. Why? I don't know why. It honestly doesn't matter why you did.
You know what?
You did do it.
I'm going to be a good, kind person,
Okay.
and I'm going to say we can finish this episode of AVGP. Asterios, you can bring us to the real topic of the episode, but after this, it's over. It's
Well,
over.
look,
It's completely over. This is the final episode.
Wait, no. All right, Aaron, we got to get Aaron on the call.
No.
He's gonna.
Don't bring him in here.
Aaron Hansen's.
Not again. That
It's gonna happen again.
That can't happen.
We'll release that episode someday, but because we work things
we
out,
had Aaron on?
the Aaron Hansen episode is in the Disney vault right now.
That one
but
was rough.
yeah, he was. We did not have good chemistry. I will just say that.
No, and he was saying some crazy, just messed up things, man.
It's 2024. I couldn't believe half the
I
things he said.
know, dude. Like we don't say that stuff anymore, man. It's like
Right. But as long as nobody sees that, maybe we'll give him another chance if it's not working out
That's
with you.
a good point. If nobody sees it, did it happen?
Right.
Can't we all kind of agree that it didn't? That would be
and that's
easier.
why I never actually cheated in Mario Party, because you didn't see it happening while you were getting me that shot.
Do I need to like call Zach right now and ask for confirmation?
Do it.
Call him.
Right,
See if he'll get on the call.
Zach.
I'm gonna call him right now.
Picks up. All right.
I'm calling
While
Zach
he's
right
calling-
now.
While he is calling Zach, she says, "What are your thoughts on listener response so far? The first 2 episodes. How are you liking how the episodes have been received? You getting DMs? You getting a lot of tweets? What's going on in your life?"
Oh, yeah, all the ladies are hitting up my DMs now. It's really obnoxious, but no, I'm just kidding. But I think it's a pretty good launch. I think that first of all, the audience was really nice in the comments. So thank you guys for that. Hopefully you come back and let us know what you thought of this episode. So far, I will admit it's pure chaos, but I love it. We're not getting a hold of Zach here.
I have a secondary witness. I have a secondary witness I can pull in. Give me another another chance, Judge.
Okay.
Give me another chance.
Okay, we're pulling in the other lifeline.
All right.
But what do you think, Asterios?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just really happy to be on a show that is so polished and normal. Like I'm so used to doing these weird little scrappy internet. Wait, who? What?
Okay.
Okay.
I got Nat. You're live on a video game podcast
Can I talk to Nat?
right now.
Nat.
You cannot talk to Nat. I have headphones on. I don't own speakers. Nat. Okay. I'm basically in court right now. Okay. I'm fighting Shesez, and Asterios is the judge, and currently they're siding against me on the Mario Party thing, and now they're saying I have no proof it happened, so I need a witness testimony. Nat, did Shesez play the duel mini game when I got up to get him a shot of vodka?
Maybe.
No.
Case dismissed. Twice.
Did this happen? Did this happen, or am I making it up, Nat, please?
Case dismissed.
Probably.
There's no firm. This testimony is not firm.
Nat, okay. Final chance. No probablys, no maybes. Just say yes.
Please say
or
no.
Did it happen? Yes or no?
Come on.
That's good enough. Thank you. Okay, I hung up on him. He said yes. It happened. It happened.
Did he say yes, or did he start comically saying the yes in an elongated fashion
no way that's
so that
happening
he
right
could
now.
then transition to the word no? Was he going to say like, yeah, no? Because it sounds like that was the riff he had loaded.
No.
I think you're right, Your Honor.
This is stupid. Hold on. I'm calling Zach back.
Sure.
Again.
Call Zach.
I'm going to get Zach back.
All right.
Yeah, call the contrarian to help you out with this.
The contrary. Wow. Slandering Zach Pilled character.
All right. So while
he self-admitted that.
Yeah. Look, he's very Zach Pill.
Zach!
You are live on TikTok right now. What is good?
Dude, you're live on a video game podcast right now.
Oh my god.
Okay. So I'm in court right now.
Okay.
I'm the defense attorney, or am I the prosecutor? I'm the prosecutor, and Shesez is the defense attorney, and Asterios is the judge. And Asterios is currently ruling against me because I don't have any proof that this event happened. So I need you as my witness to confirm yes or no. When I got up to get, Shesez, a shot of vodka, did he play the dual minigame without me?
This is most 100% factual. However, he didn't start immediately doing the objectives. He just kind of started like walking around, right? He found all the torches before actually lighting any of them.
But he did light 4 of the torches by the time I got my controller. Is this true?
Well, I mean, you were slow.
Yeah,
I was slow.
Hell took you so long.
Get a shot glass, bro.
Couple seconds.
Yeah.
I think Zach is saying the same thing that Asterios just said.
I pulled out the fine china. Okay, you know what? Thank you, Zach. You were a good witness. Thank you.
So Zach
And
essentially
there you
just
have
said you didn't want it bad
And
enough.
there-
That's
Yeah.
what he was saying.
This is
That's
the
what
worst
exactly what
episode
he
of a video game
said.
podcast ever. This is terrible. This is terrible.
I'm loving it so far.
Look,
honestly, this is becoming one
So
of
am
my
I getting my
favorites.
apology or not?
I'm gonna pitch this idea. Look, I know absolutely nothing. I'm gonna guess that like you were hanging out in a place that had 2 bedrooms tops.
My house is small. We were at my
Yes,
house.
Exactly, and you were at your house. It was
So you're
just a
saying
guess.
the walk to
How
the
long
kitchen.
does it take to fill 2 shots of vodka? Oh my
Okay.
god! One.
It took-
Right.
Okay. So I get up. I'm
You
sitting
didn't
in
have
the
to go
computer.
across the tennis
I am
courts.
sitting in the computer chair I was sitting in right at that moment. The vodka
Swim through
was
the
at
moats.
the vodka was at my desk.
Climb the turret.
I was already like 3 or 4 shots
You're
of
very
vodka
young. You
deep.
probably live
And
someplace
I
small, is
drank
what I
a
was
cup-
saying before.
and
I'm
I-
right.
And I drank a Captain Morgan's mixed like strawberry margarita drink thing that Zach gave me. And I was like 3 shots of vodka deep. So I was already drunk. Okay?
Yeah.
So my walk to the kitchen and finding a shot glass is going to be a little slower. You want to know why I gave him the Naruto shot glass? It wasn't because it was fine china. I was flattering you. It's because I couldn't find the Hello Kitty glass shot glasses. I could only find the Naruto plastic one. That's why I gave it to you. That's why it took me longer. Because that's all I could find, and that's what you were stuck with.
And that's all I was worth to you. One
And
plastic
I seemingly
Naruto
was
cup.
worth nothing to you. Mister starts the minigame without me, and then plays it all, and then my witnesses betray me too. This is chicanery. This is straight up chicanery.
I'm going to tell you guys, she says, I'm going to tell you a take of mine that when I had no idea this was so shocking, but it really shocked Jinjo when I told him this about Mario Party. And it's still kind of amazing me how surprised he was. My favorite part of Mario Party is the board game elements. I don't really like the mini games, and I see the mini games as just a chore I have to get through until I can roll the dice again. Like, I like that there's a Luigi dice and a Waluigi dice with a 0 and an evil dice that takes your coins, and I like finding Toadette and buying a little star offer and landing on the very no good evil space. Like, I like the board game part. I don't want to fly around in a little airplane collecting balloons. I don't know. She says, what do you think?
That is definitely the first time I've ever heard someone feel that way, which is really cool. And I'd love to explore the psychology of that. I don't quite understand why you'd want to just kind of watch a character walk around a board instead of playing some meat and potatoes video game stuff. but like it's interesting. It's fascinating. So it's almost like you kind of prefer almost the gambling element of it as opposed to just the raw video gaminess of it. Is that accurate?
I think I figured it out because I've never really thought about this. I've never thought, why do I have this opinion? It's because the juice ain't worth the squeeze, she says. Because, like, I win the game. I beat everybody's ass. Like, let's say we're playing that game that's like slapparazzi, where you got to slap people, and then it's like paparazzi, but with slapping. And I get first place. I get like 10 coins, and someone else gets like 8 or 6 or 5. I don't know. And then it's like at some point, you got so many coins, it's kind of like, it doesn't really matter. Proximity to the star is really... So, like, I think if the mini games were worth more coins, or if the coins were more helpful, or if the mini games were worth stars, then I'd be more interested.
I get you now. So the mini games are like the stakes are too low.
Yes.
But the action that happens on the board, that's where the stakes are high.
Yes.
And that's what you like most of all. You like to see the chaos.
Because there's a thing where it's like I'm rolling around, I'm walking around, okay, so we all just did a thing where we were all on islands and the islands are falling to lava or whatever. And then you get back and it's like, hey, guess what? Dry Bones is here. Who's closest to Dry Bones? Can I roll enough numbers to go hang out with Dry Bones? Then Dry Bones will be in my party? It's like, that's where the unexpectedness is.
And there's an exploratory aspect. So it's a multifaceted thing that just completely trumps out the minigames for you. I'm actually beginning to understand your perspective on this.
I want to win.
So there's an element of unpredictability with the dice rolls. There's a sense of exploration when you can find out what's going on with the board and what you can do in it, and what happens when you land on certain spaces. And the stakes are higher than ever when you're on the board itself, because you could lose all your stars, you could get a star, you could rob a character of all their coins and stuff like that. That's where that happens. But the mini games, the stakes are so low. And that's it. That's it for you. Is literally like it's wasting time before you get to the good stuff in your mind.
You guys are striking me as mini game first game. Like, what are some of your favorite? Like, maybe I could be convinced. Like, what are some of your favorite Mario Party mini games? Like, sell me on some of these games.
One of my favorites, I think, is from the 4th game. Someone in the comment section is gonna correct me if I'm wrong about this, but it's the one where a whole bunch of penguins are like walking off of an iceberg, and you have to like make sure you push through them. Like, you don't actually push them, you got to maneuver around them and not get pushed off of the iceberg yourself because of the marching penguins, basically. And I find that one to be really, really fun because it's the whole idea of like actively dodging to stay in bounds, essentially. So it's kind of like all on you. There's no player interference. There's no luck involved. It's literally like you just have to constantly be thinking, what's the best route so I can stay on this stage? That one is super fun. So that's the first one that comes to my mind. There's other ones that like I love a lot. Just one other one I'll mention before I pass it off is I think this one's definitely in Mario Party 6. It's the storybook one where you're on a book and then the pages start turning and land on you. And like you're like a little tiny character. The book is huge, and there is like cutouts of various shapes, like moons and circles and stars and stuff. And you have to make sure that your character moves into position of where the cutout is so you don't get squished by the page. I think that one's really fun too.
That's like that game show, Through the Wall or In the Hole or Fit in the Hole.
Probably. I've never heard of that though. Was it on television?
Jinjo, what game show am I talking about, Jinjo?
Hole in the Wall.
It's called Hole in the Wall. It was this show where a wall was coming at you incredibly fast, and it had a shape in it, and so you had to like fit yourself into the shape. Now look, what I've noticed, Jinjo gave more than an answer to the question. He also provided some emotional information as to his state of mind. Now look, Matt, I mean, I was just going to try to like transitioned us straight into talking about Mario Party favorite games, like favorite characters, the best power-ups. I like that little phone that looks like a mushroom. But
my favorite mini game,
what's your favorite mini game?
is the one from Mario Party 8.
Yeah.
Where you have to shake the Wiimote really fast to clean the paint off the chain chomp.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty cool game. You don't. I mean, usually when we're talking about our favorite game, yeah, I mean that's kind.
Is it similar to the soda can one,
or the one with the candy where you got to get the candy out of the jar?
But I like the chain chomps.
Okay, now, look.
Now, here's the thing about that Asterios.
Sure,
that's kind of questionable why that's his favorite, because in order to be the best at that mini game, you have to do a very violent shaking motion with your wrist.
Oh.
So,
this is a family-friendly podcast.
Jinjo, are you bringing this up humorously as if to say that motion?
No, it's actually my favorite.
It's your favorite. Really? I find that hard to believe.
I played Mario Party 8 a lot when I was a kid.
It just seems like that gesture might sum up your opinion if me and she says.
Asterios, can you just say if she says is innocent or guilty?
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Did you abandon your game? Yes. Did he claim abandoned property? Yes. If you find $100 bill on the ground, it's yours. He's innocent. Case closed.
Thank you, Judge. Justice was served today. And I can go off as a free man without having to owe anybody an apology for any reason.
I need a smoke break.
All right. Welcome back to a video game podcast. Today's topic is not internecine friendship drama over the Mario Party series, although I do like that. It is chill out games. Chill out. Relax. Zone out. Hang. We want to talk about the games that we go to maybe when we're stressed, maybe when we've got some time to kill. When I used to live in New York City, we would be like stuck under the Hudson River sometimes for like an hour and our phones didn't work. So it was really nice to have just some games to just like disappear and bliss out with. So chill out games. She says, why don't we start with you? Tell us about some of your favorite games to chill out with.
So some of the ones I absolutely adore is Animal Crossing. I find that, like, especially with the recent games, they've done a lot to change, like, everything to be chill. The music is super chill. The environments are super chill. The characters that you talk to are now super chill, which, you know, to the detriment of the series, in my opinion, because I liked some of the crankier villagers in the oldest game. But hey, that's a topic for another time. But the point is, though, that if I need something to chill with, Animal Crossing is definitely one of the most chill. But if I was to pick like the best choice for this, I would say the Ace Attorney series, like with Phoenix Wright and all that, because you can just read, and occasionally the game will prompt you to maybe present some evidence and stuff like that, but you still work at your own pace. There's no pressure to do it quickly or anything quite like that. It's just a nice way to kind of settle in and absorb a story, absorb a set of characters, and still have a sense of involvement with a video game and not just read a book. So I think that would be like my number one choice. Have either of you played this one? Like this series?
Oh, yeah, I've absolutely played Ace Attorney. It's amazing to me that you think it's chill. And I wonder if LimeJinjo will agree with me on this, because it's like, eventually, if you screw up this case enough, like an innocent person goes to jail, and you got your paralegal and she's talking to ghosts. There's all this nonsense. I don't know. I found those games to be a little stressful. Jinjo, how about you?
Well, I also, I have played most of Ace Attorney 1. I haven't finished it yet. But I started it a couple months ago and I did the first 3 cases and then I had to put it down for a while because things got busy. But I also play it like right before bed. But I'm so visual novel pilled, it does the opposite effect for me. It keeps me up and it destroys my sleep schedule because I'm not going to bed until way later than I should because I'm so invested in Ace Attorney.
See, for me, like I'll do like the low light setting on the game. I'll like turn down the sound effect volume and definitely turn off the voice volume and just have the music playing. So the music's just going. The light is nice and low. And as I'm reading and reading and reading, my consciousness is slipping and slipping and slipping. So it's a great nappy time game for me.
Yeah.
Now, when those exciting final cases happen, usually I'm like hooking it up to the TV at 6 in the evening and like just, doing it because I'm really engaged with this final case. But for the most part, it really is just like a way to wind down. Like that chill games to me is a wind down game, like a game that you take the time to play because you know that it'll settle you down. And those Ace Attorney games have become that for me. For sure. Like I don't even really try to play them in the middle of the day anymore. They are exclusively designed to play in bed for me.
Yeah. I feel like for a visual novel like Ace Attorney, those interactive ones where you actively have to do stuff, those don't put me to sleep. But visual novels that are not interactive at all, they are basically just books with pictures, like Fate, Stay Night, or Tsukihime. I love them, but they will put me to sleep if I read them in bed for long enough. Eventually, it's like, oh, I don't know what's happening anymore. I have to put the switch in sleep mode and go to bed. But for Ace Attorney, you were saying like, oh, it's so chill. You can just read and read and read, and this gameplay sometimes, but it's so simple. My experience with Ace Attorney is I read and read and read until it asks me to do something, and then I get stuck, and then I have to read and read and read the game FAQs guide on what I'm supposed to do.
These cases are hard. I was just a kid. I'm trying to play this game in the back of the car. The innocent man's going to jail. Although, look, I have a question for you both. Do they eventually canonically explain that, like, Edgeworth's dad is the king or something? Like, that's why Edgeworth, like, never gets fired. Like, isn't every game you, like, clowning on this guy? Like, he has no reputation left. He loses cases constantly.
He clearly has some successful cases because he has his own investigations series.
I would say he mostly wins all of his cases, so he's still pretty much a revered person. It's just that Phoenix Wright, toppled that empire where it was like, I think, a flawless record up to that point, or close to it. I think one other character who I will not name because Jinjo hasn't finished the series yet. I think in the past, one character has also kind of taken down Edgeworth, if I remember that correctly. But the general idea is that he's well known for getting most of his cases in his favor. So, like, yeah, we kick his ass every single time, but it's not the norm. It's usually, like, that's the exception. So that's how he gets to keep his job. I mean, think about Winston Payne, the guy that's at the start of every single case, the case one of every single game. He's terrible. So, he shouldn't have a job because I feel like he never wins. So
he's probably the attorney that the state hires if you have like no other options.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. Like small town budget attorney. It's this or nothing. Oh, it's terrible. All right. Well, hey, let's talk about terrible things. Let's talk about chill things. Jinjo, what games do you chill out, zone out, bliss out to? Talk to us.
Well, I almost never chill. I'm almost always stressed and neurotic, and I'm shaking like a chihuahua. I'm shaking and foaming at the mouth. But there have been times
listeners wanted to relax while listening.
There have been times. Once when I was much younger, there were times when every once in a while I could find it in me to be chill. And I think the most chill game I've ever played is a little game published by THQ, I believe in 2008, called De Blob. And this is a very cute, silly game about a little blob guy who's basically made of like pure paint. He can absorb paint, and these evil Inkies come and they attack this city of these little colorful guys called Radians, and they suck all of the color out and they turn all the Radians into Gradians. and the Inkies are like terrorizing the city, and they're taking all of the color because they want the whole world to be gray. So it's up to the Blob to you go. Every level is like, there's only like 10 levels, but they're all like 30-40 minutes, and you just go from city block to city block, just like rubbing up against all of the buildings to paint them. And every color makes like a different sound every time you paint the building. So funky sounds are always going off, and the soundtrack is very chill. The soundtrack has now become fodder for YouTubers to use as background music. So I hear it all the time, especially the Blob track Blissful, which I believe is from the first level. But yeah, it's just a cute, very like slow, relaxing game. I don't think there's even enemies to fight until like the third level, and when they introduce them, they're pretty easy to take care of. So yeah, it's just a very fun, chill game with a pretty soundtrack, nice visuals. I like it. It's a cute little game, and they re-released it a couple years back, so you can get it on Switch, PS4, Xbox, PC.
I remember that was a Nintendo Wii game, right?
Yep.
And I think that was the game that came out when there was a little bit of a drought of games to play. So every magazine and every website was basically saying like, the Blob is something you can play to bide your time. And I just remember passing on it because I was like, I don't know, this one looks a little lame. I can't do it. But you're saying that it was really good.
Well, I have a strange relationship with the Blob because when I played it and I 100%ed it and got all the achievements, I did on the PS4 version when they re-released it years later, and it was like $20. When the Blob was first coming out in 2008, I was like 6 years old, and I kept seeing ads for it on Nickelodeon, and I thought to myself, this game looks awesome. But for some reason, I was embarrassed to ask for it. Like, I thought this game, I think I would love this game, but I don't know. I don't want my older brothers to make fun of me for playing this game. I don't even think it's an embarrassing game nowadays. So I never asked for it. And then one day, me and my mom were in Toys R Us, and she was like, I'll get you a game. So I went to the game section. I saw the Blob, and I was like, I don't know. They don't have much. I guess I'll get this the Blob game, I guess. I guess I'll play this. I don't know. Might be bad. Might be cringe. I don't know. I guess I'll play it, though. So, yeah, that's how I got the Blob. And I did play it a little bit, but the issue with playing the Wii as a kid for me was that the Wii was always in the basement because my parents wanted the TV in the living room, and my basement was scary.
Yes.
So it was hard for me to go down there and play the Wii and not be scared that a monster was always behind me. So I never finished it, but then I finished it when I got it on PS4. And it's fun. It's cute, and it's fun, and it's silly. And I like it a lot.
I know the exact gaming drought that you guys were talking about, because I remember like being there on launch night for the Wii, and it was like, what can you buy? And it was like, you can buy Trauma Center Master Surgeon.
Trauma Center Under the Knife.
Yeah, whatever it was. The one where you had to sew a pentagram into someone to save their life.
Typical Atlas.
I remember most of the launch lineup for the Nintendo Wii. There was Twilight Princess. What is it called? It was like a sword gun game.
Red Steel?
Red Steel.
I'm a genius.
Nice.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance was another one. So that was a pretty sweet one to get on launch day. But like, yeah, outside of that, it wasn't too much. Like,
I never really thought about
available.
I never really thought about the Wii lineup. Like, yeah, I never thought what actually came out for the Wii on launch, because I know Mario Galaxy wasn't there. Yeah, was there a major Nintendo title at launch?
Yeah, just Twilight Princess.
Oh, Twilight Princess. Yeah, you just said that. Is there a major Nintendo title at launch that matters to me?
I never played Twilight
I'm
Princess.
sorry.
Wii Sports. Wii Sports?
You're right. Bowling.
Yes, I did so much Wii bowling, I forgot about Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Dude, I know the Nintendo Switch, has it sold more than the Wii at this point? Yes! I'm not sure. I think it
so.
might have. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was a kid at the time. Like, literally a small child.
Yes.
But I feel like nothing will beat the magic of the Wii. Just like everybody had one, and everybody knew how to play Wii Sports. Like, there was this old couple. My mom would leave me and my brothers with when we were kids, and they had a Wii, and even they knew how to play Wii Sports, and they were like in their late 60s, early 70s, and they'd play Wii Sports with us, and sometimes they'd even cook us. Everyone knew how to play Wii Sports, and everyone was at least like competent at it. And don't even get me started on the other sports in the pack, bro. Wii boxing.
That was a lot of fun.
As a little kid, I didn't know any strategies to it, so I would literally just like as fast as possible.
That's pretty
until
much
I
what you
win.
gotta do.
I mean, that's how you win the game.
It works against most of the opponents until you get to the infamous Matt, that guy with the bald guy with the mustache.
Yeah.
Scary. Nothing works against him. I'm still unsure how to beat him. He terrifies me.
It's funny
Haunts
to
your
me
dreams.
that you're saying like my childhood, like the Wii was plentiful. There was a Wii on every corner. Because I remember like waiting 14 hours in line so that my friend could like get one at the GameStop.
Oh yeah, the Wii at launch was terrible.
Yeah,
Abysmal. It was scalped to hell and back. It's like I think it probably is the worst, most scalped launch for any console ever. As far as my memory and research of previous consoles is, I mean, I don't know, maybe the SNES or something went crazy, but the Wii was nuts. I got one, I think Christmas 2008. It might have been Christmas 2007. And my mom told me years later she had to buy it from a scalper for $700.
Oh my
which is why
God.
that all we got that Christmas was a Wii, and we each got one game for the Wii. Me and my two brothers. But my mom and my dad are like saints for paying a scalper $700 just so that I could have a Wii. And the game I got was SpongeBob Atlantis SquarePantis, which isn't even good. But I still had fun with it. And my brother got Sonic and the Secret Rings, which I have a soft spot for, but I'm willing to admit is also not very good. So, poor Wii. Oh.
So before we move on to Asterios for this topic, would you say the Chow Garden is really like a chill time?
No. I actually have a terrible, terrible relationship with the Chow Garden and all pet simulators. So I know this is supposed to be a chill topic, but I have to trauma dump because you brought it up. I have this thing. I would say at this point in my life, I like humanity. I like humans. I like people. If a human dies, it makes me sad. But I still might have more of a soft spot for animals. We're recording this in early November. Like last week, the fattest cat in the world died. He had like liver cancer or something, and they couldn't identify it because he was too fat. But he was starting to lose weight, and I saw this news article on my phone at like in the middle of my shift, like an hour before clocking out, and I almost started crying for real.
Chill out, games.
I have sympathy
to
for you.
relax to. Chill fun stories about chilling with games.
I just want to recap here. I asked Jinjo, wouldn't the Chow Garden be a chill time? And his response was, that cat died.
I have this thing where I can't just tell a simple story. I have to tell the whole, like, how my mind got here. So this is the future. This is the future of I act like this now. Now I'm going to tell you why I act like this now.
Okay.
You could go even further back to say that my hamster died, and that's what screwed me up for life. But I would like to point to a more specific incident, a video game related incident of what messed me up for life and why I hate pet simulators and I don't play them. And I also try not to have pets in video games if the pet can die. So I don't even have wolves in Minecraft ever. I never get them. Because when I was a kid, I had cats for the Game Boy Advance. Ubisoft's Cats for the Game Boy Advance.
Right.
And this game, I don't know why they did this, because I feel like this is a little cruel for a children's game. I understand the concept, but I feel like it is a little cruel. And I couldn't read, so I didn't know the plot of this game. But apparently the plot of this game is you get a cat and you take care of it for a while. And then eventually, once it's an adult and it's healthy enough, you release it. You're just someone that's supposed to take care of cats until they're healthy, and then you release it. I could not read when I played this game. I did not know that I was only taking care of this cat to release it. I thought this cat was going to be my best friend for life. So when the game is suddenly just like, your cat's all good, bye, say goodbye to it, and then start a new cat, and there's no option to keep the cat, I bawled my eyes out. I think it ruined me as a person. I think in another episode we talk about the moment that ruined Shesez as a person with the Mortal Kombat Classic code. I think this moment is what ruined me. It was what blackpilled me. I don't think I've been the same person since then. I was like 5 when this happened, and I still vividly remember it. So, no, I hate the Chow Garden. That's my very long-winded answer.
Nothing about what you talked about related to the Chow Garden.
I mean, no, it does.
What do you think of the
graphics?
graphics?
To the Chow Garden, if you think about it, because the Chows can die too.
Replayability. Are the controls tight? Or I mean, we're a video game podcast. You were supposed to be reviewing the fun factor.
I need to get this off my chest.
Okay.
Because my point is, maybe I'm stupid. I'm starting to think maybe I'm stupid that I answered this question like this. Maybe I should put the camera down and give up and retire. But my point is, the Chows can die, and I'm afraid of animals dying in real life, and I'm more afraid of them dying in real life, but I'm terrified of them dying in video games.
Jinjo, you understand this is the kind of loser talk that led you to losing this game of Mario Party, right? You're like, I'm not going to play this game at all because if I play it wrong, the thing might die. How about you put the game in the thing and you're like, I'm going to raise the best pet ever. There's no way my pet will ever die. You got to have a winner's attitude, Jinjo.
You know how much I could cook you right now, Asterios, and I'm holding back. Look at you, man. Right behind you, giant Alf poster.
Oh, wait, that's supposed to be blurred. Wait, hold on. Let me blur that. I don't want people to know about Alf back there.
Really?
Blur? I think you mean...
He's trying to hide it now.
I think
he's trying to hide the Alf. Look at you, man.
I've got some cool
Still
outsider art behind me.
In big 2024.
Okay,
and
well, first off, his name is Gordon Shumway.
What are you talking about?
I mean, Alf's name is Gordon Shumway.
His name is Alf.
Wow.
We call him an alien life form. Why would he call himself an alien? I mean, Alf stands for alien life form. It's an acronym.
This is so awesome.
I mean, she says knows I'm right.
This is so awesome.
Yeah. I 100% believe.
I mean, he knows I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we got sidetracked. I started talking about death, and then we talked about Alf.
Well, so
what's the topic
I think
again?
we've effectively failed this topic. If someone was clicking on this podcast to feel chill, I cannot
name this. I cannot name this episode "relaxing games" or "chill games."
Yeah, you cannot.
I cannot.
Man,
it's not
it would upset
enough
people
in the video. They'd be like,
That's
"I'm
a real
gonna click on
switch.
relaxing games. Let me click on this video." First topic: I hate. She says he betrayed me. He trapped and betrayed me.
Yeah, and then you and Asterios went back and forth.
I'm afraid of pets dying, and then Asterios called me a loser, and I started fighting him.
I'm just saying, don't let the pet die. That's a loser attitude.
Sometimes the pet has to die. In the Chow Garden, if you do things very, very specifically, then the Chow can reincarnate. But you have to be very, very specific with how you treat the Chow for the Chow to reincarnate. And there's all this crazy thing like, if you have in order to make a Chaos Chow, you have to do this and this and this, and in order to make an Amy Chow, you have to do this and you have to do this, and you're stupid. It's stupid.
Wow. This is coming from the Sonic fan too.
We guys will have to agree to disagree
about the Chow Garden. So
yeah, I thought you guys loved that bullshit.
Yeah, you're betraying your people right now.
Not me. When I have to 100% Sonic Adventure 1 or 2, I pick one Chow, feed him as many of those weird colored drive things as I can until he's got me all of the emblems, and I dip. I don't want to see him die. If you're not in the Chow Garden and you're not actively with the Chow, it won't age, and he'll never die.
You gotta let it die.
No,
that's why its name is Chow.
Yeah,
it's sleeping.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
That was up there with the Shy Guy joke from like the first episode.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, okay. I tried to give you a chance to name another chill game, but looks like we're just sticking with the Blob.
I sidetracked and started talking about death. Sorry, guys.
Look, you may not be a very chill gamer, and that's okay. Not everyone has to like chill games.
I think I started my portion of the topic by saying I'm neurotic and crazy and I shiver and foam at the mouth. I'm not a chill gamer.
Yeah. Not only are you not a chill gamer, but you also did accurately signpost that you're not a chill gamer earlier. No one is denying that. And no one would deny that my game is a pretty chill time. That's right. I'm going to talk about Katamari real quick. I just really love it. Like when Jinjo was talking about Da Blob. And by the way, I'd never heard of that game before. It's D-A. It's Da Blob.
D-E.
It's D-E?
De Blob.
It's
De Blob.
De
It's
Blob.
like French.
De Blue?
De Blob.
De Blob.
I think it was made by French people too.
I had no idea. This whole time I thought he was like just riffing and saying it silly on purpose. I looked it up. But it reminded me of how much I like Katamari. I don't know why it is so much fun to roll around collecting things, but it is. Like if you told someone like, hey, just go collect things that are increasing in size for a while, they'd be like, why? That sounds boring and lame. Where would I put the things? Who are you? But when the king of space loses all his stuff and needs you to find it again, and like, I don't know. I love that king. I love the music. Katamari was also like one of the first games for me that made use of the dual stick controller in like a whole new way. A lot of times when like I'd be playing these like dual stick controller games as a kid, it's like one of the sticks not doing anything. Or I guess I could use it to look around and do the camera or whatever, but like, I'm just kind of not doing it. Like I love that you could kind of like juke the sticks back and forth to rev up the Katamari. I loved pushing one stick forward and pulling one stick in reverse to like spin the thing around. And then ultimately kind of like how Jinjo would like release these cats after, they were healed. I assume like
non-purpose,
releasing them in like the way like a serial killer like releases someone. Like, like you release these stars when you're done. And so, it's like, so then they get to like live on forever in the sky and like your little artworks are like little perfectly preserved. I don't know, Katamari just, it really tickles me. I can play that thing for hours in the middle of the night. What do you boys think of Katamari?
I'm going to do my famous video game podcast catchphrase. Are you guys ready?
You've never played Katamari?
I've never played it. I've never played it. I'm starting to realize I think I already said this on an episode. I don't play games. I don't play video games.
You play games.
Maybe there's too many video games out there.
There's a lot of games.
So I've only played it very, very briefly.
I'm not
the big
alone,
reason,
thank God.
And it's only because it was like PlayStation exclusive for the longest time. And I did not have PlayStation 2 for the longest time. I eventually got it, but Katamari was out of print by that point, and it was kind of hard to come by. So never had it on the PlayStation 2, and it never showed up on any other, no Nintendo consoles. And I don't think it even showed up on the 360, did it? I don't think so. So, So yeah, eventually it finally came out on Nintendo Switch, and I bought it. And I only played it for about 5 to 10 minutes. It's a little bit to get acclimated, and I just didn't give it that chance yet. But eventually, I'll play it because I know that a lot of people love it. So it's kind of cool that you played it, though. So you would if you had to give this game a 1 out of 10 score?
Yes.
What would you rate it?
It's one of the few 10s I think there is, where it's like every part of Katamari works. The music's incredible. The writing, very brief. The translation is incredible. Like, they found a way to make these jokes work in English. Like, the character design, but like the gameplay loop itself of just, I'm going to make this ball a little bigger. Okay, now I can roll over this thing and make it a little bigger. It's like a perfect game. It's a rare, perfect game where it's like no notes. Perfect game. But something that like this show is making me realize, it's like, we really are like the 3 differentest gamers in the world. I can't believe you guys haven't played Katamari. I thought this was going to bore the hell out of you because you guys are going to be like, Katamari, we know, everybody loves Katamari.
Yeah, I've played every single Katamari game, 100% of them all. The only thing I know about Katamari is recently my girlfriend has started playing the soundtrack to it in the car.
Yeah.
I don't know where this came from, but the soundtrack is banger.
Yes.
It is elite status. I might have to play it.
The only song I know is the one where it goes. Bo, 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 bo.
That one's
Is she playing that in the car?
No, it's like this one
thank God.
that's kind of like chill. It's this guy, and he's probably speaking Japanese. And the backing sound is like. Bah, 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 bah. It's kind of like a lo-fi hip hop song, except I can't understand what the guy's saying at all. I think he's speaking Japanese. He could be speaking gibberish. I haven't heard the song clearly enough, if that makes sense, because it's in a car, and I've been in the back seat like every time it played. But it sounded banger. So I don't know.
So it adds to the credence that it actually has a great OST.
Yes,
Gotcha.
I will verify that Asterios is correct. It has a great OST. But I want to ask you, Asterios, you giving it a 10 out of 10, that means very little to me, because I don't know what else you think it. Like, I need a gauge.
Sure. That's a topic for another week. We gotta write that down on the docket.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
this in the future.
I want quick fire questions at you and see what you score. Some other back. Things.
Oh, you mean now?
Yes, right now.
Oh, but the show's over. This stinks. I'm sorry.
Over? No, come on.
We should save it for another episode.
We should save it like leftovers, like delicious turkey
just the whole
dinner.
episode where the whole episode I'm like, Asterios, what would you rate this? And he's like, 7. What would you rate this? 5. What would you rate this?
Yeah.
9.
I think the viewers would actually kill for that. I think
that would be a terrible episode.
If I was to put to task the people that have got this far into the podcast episode, would you want to see that? Would you want to listen to Asterios rate games? I think that the answer would be yes.
Really?
It would be a fun one.
I got 10 numbers. Give me the games. I'll tell you which number belongs to the games.
Just
hell yeah.
How fast? Just like number and then move on?
Give me a game real quick. Give me one.
Okay, I'll give you a game. Cut the rope.
Oh, 7. Like,
7
I like that little frog guy. I like cutting the rope. Let me tell you what gets an 8. Phineas and Ferb cut the rope, which was when you had to outwit Dr. Doofenshmirtz as Percy, but it was also cut the rope.
Percy. Are you sure that was cut the rope? Are you sure that wasn't Where's My Water?
I actually think it wasn't, but I hope we could move on. I was hoping my confidence could sell me.
His name's Perry.
No, it's Perry.
There was nothing correct in that sentence. Look at my omni.
I'm almost positive. No, there's not. It's the thing with the water where you had to fix the pipes. Drain the water?
Where's My Water?
Where's My Water? I played the Phineas and Ferb. Where's My Water? That gets an 8. Cut the rope, 7.
Hey,
you
Where's
have to
My Water
burn the rope.
Game.
10. You have to burn the rope is a game. I would give it 10.
Really?
You wouldn't?
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
It's an incredibly good. You could actually.
What would you give Friday Night Funkin'?
I personally give it a 5, but I can understand it being some people's entire life.
My name's in the credits of that game when it comes out.
No, I mean, congratulations. Look, I'm glad you supported it.
So you're basically dissing my baby. You're dissing my baby.
Sounds like you sent them some money. Yeah, but
he's just like, hey, my name's going to be in the credits. And Asterios is like, well, good for you. Your game sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell. She says, what do you think of Friday Night Funkin'?
I think it's pretty good. I think for like a free little thing on Newgrounds, it's super cool. And I'll give it, like, as far as Newgrounds games go, I'll give it a 9. I think it's got one of the best. It's one of the best Newgrounds.
Yes,
games. Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm hoping the full release is able to join the ranks with other Newgrounds games or games created by people on Newgrounds that got full releases that were awesome, like Alien Hominid and Castle Crashers and Battle Block Theater, all 3 of which were made by the Behemoth. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see.
All right,
my name's in the
Jinjo.
credits, so I hope it's not bad.
Give me, and she says, one more game. Name any game, and then we're going to wrap up. Any game.
Any game. Man, you can't just put me on the spot like this.
It's okay.
I'm looking around my house. I'm looking around my house for ideas.
Okay.
Okay, Mario Kart Arcade GP.
Oh, she says you go first.
Oh, that thing gets like a 4. It's not special at all.
Oh my.
Okay, what do you think, Asterios?
I mean, it gets a 10 because it has the little camera and it takes your picture and then it puts your face on like Wario's face.
Yes,
Did you give it a 10 for that?
Yes, sir, Ski. I think I'd have to give it. I'm gonna rate it, even though you guys didn't ask me. I think I'd give it. I think I'd give it a 7 because it's not great. All of the tracks are the same, but it's cool to play in an arcade. It's very cool that it's an arcade game. And Pac-Man is in it, and it's
That
like
is
the
true.
Pac-Man world, Pac-Man design, which is the best way Pac-Man has ever looked. So I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7.
Talking about the design that's used for Smash Brothers?
Yes.
Okay, I guess you could call that the Pac-Man world design, but
I think
it's
that's like
heavily
the first
based
thing
off
it's
of
from.
the original arcade.
I think it's the first thing that Pac-Man specific Pac-Man design was in. Well, it might
Are
have been.
you sure?
It might have been in like
Positive?
Pac-Man Travel Through Time.
Are you
100% positive.
Story's
Not,
getting shakier.
My story is getting shaky.
Yeah, the Chihuahua
really.
man's getting a little shaky.
Wow.
Hmm.
Chihuahua man, really? I can call myself that. I did not give you permission to say that to me.
She says is looking
You guys
up
are just
whether or not
making an enemy
Jinjo-
out of me on this episode.
Thank
I'm
you
so
for-
sorry.
You
Thank you
cooked
for
me in
watching.
court. You cooked me in court, and then you were like, "Oh, LimeJinjo, you talking about animal death is ruining the episode. We're gonna kill you."
Thank you for
Why you guys
watching a
think me?
video
Why you
game
saying they kill
podcast.
me?
I don't remember saying we're going to kill you. We will be back in
This
your
is so
feed
messed up.
soon. So please leave a comment telling us, look, was the ruling correct? Look, was justice done? Clearly there's a
Was
clearly we're going to have
justice
to agree to disagree on whether or not
Was
justice was
justice done? Who are you, Batman?
Tell us in the comments, was justice
I
done?
am justice.
And
That's
she
my impression
says,
of Christian Bale, Batman.
right before we go,
He's He's still researching if Pac-Man
So-
World was the
Mhm.
first game to have that specific Pac-Man
It's not.
design.
It's not.
Is it Pac-Man Travel Through Time for the PC?
I couldn't I would need more time to figure out the very first one.
Oh, we
But,
got
like,
plenty of time.
you two
But here's one that's before Pac-Man World, at least.
That's not the same.
What do you mean?
It has to be like very
He's
specific.
got arms. He's got the black eyes. He's got the longer nose. He's got the red boots.
Hold on. It has to be like a specific art style. You're not understanding. No. I'm going to do my own research real quick.
Oh, no.
Just give me one
now,
second.
now, through the magic of editing, a lot of this time will be removed as these two nerds frantically Google when
Okay, I've
the
done my
first
research.
Pac-Man sprite, whatever the hell they're talking about.
I've done my research. It's Pac-Man World. The specific Pac-Man design I am thinking of is Pac-Man World. That's the first one that design is in. Pac-Man Travel Through Time came out a year later.
She says, "What say you?"
And I'll put
Oh,
what,
boy.
what she says is talking about and what I specifically mean by the Pac-Man World design, the one they have not changed since 1999. I'll put them on screen and viewers.
Whoa! Now you're saying it hasn't changed since 1999?
No,
Your
not
story's
really.
changing.
Look at him. Look at him on the
What?
cover of Pac-Man World, and look at him in Smash Ultimate.
Oh my god!
It's like the same design.
Oh,
That's
now that one's
Pac-Man
easy,
World.
very easy to disprove.
Very easy to prove. What has changed?
Oh my god! All right,
The
hold
quality
on.
of 3D CG. What is
Hold
going
on.
on here?
Pac-Man Wii U game.
It's like watching a rap battle between two
No,
shut-ins.
I'm not talking about.
This is incredible.
I am specifically talking about that one design of Pac-Man. I'm not talking about the timeline.
Little homie just said
between.
his design hasn't changed since 1999.
I'm not talking about Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures.
There you go.
I'm
Pac-Man
specifically.
and the Ghostly
I wasn't talking
Adventures.
about Pac-Man's design from 1999 to the present throughout all
You
things.
accidentally said that.
I was
That's
talking
something you
about
accidentally said.
specifically Pac-Man World Pac-Man design, which has
Mhm.
not had any slight tweaks. It's basically the same. Now you're pulling out alternate universe Pac-Man, Pac-Man the Ghostly Adventures, the Pac is Back Pac-Man, Pac-Man cartoon on Disney XD Pac-Man, Pac-Man Wii U game Pac-Man.
There's been lots of
that
redesigns of Pac-Man, dude. But like primarily the Pac-Man world design is based off of Not the very first arcade game. Actually, it might be I don't know if it's just like the Japanese one, but one of the very early arcades established the round circle body, long nose, black eyes, red boots, red gloves.
What you just said to me is that this Pac-Man design is based on Pac-Man design. Yep, Pac-Man's based on Pac-Man. I think I figured that out, she says myself. I didn't need you to tell me.
Now you're making a case about whether Pac-Man has always looked like that, and that's not true either. So, Pac-Man arcade.
Someone was the first to make the Pac-Man design you're talking about, but that Pac-Man design is not the same as the Pac-Man design for Pac-Man World. It's different.
It's only slightly different, but it's only slightly different to accommodate the 3D model that it ended up becoming.
Well, that's
but
still
essentially it's trying to aim to be like just like it. Now, this is what Pac-Man originally looked like. So there you go.
That's Puckman. That's his cousin Puckman. Not even the same character.
Now you're just gaslighting. I don't know why you're doing that.
Not even the same character.
How dare you, Jinjo?
Yeah.
Of all
Jinjo. What is that, buddy? What is that right there?
I'm gaslighting. I'm gaslighting. You know what? I'm taking the podcast full circle. I'm gaslighting. You pressed star in that Mario Party game when I was getting you a shot of vodka, and you were wrong and evil pilled for it. Good night, listeners of a video game podcast. Maybe we'll see you next week. I don't know. The podcast might be over. I might have to settle this with fists as soon as we turn off the camera. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you guys so much for watching the video game podcast. Enjoy our next week's host, Aaron Hansen, as he takes over as the third host of the show. Thank you so much to LimeJinjo for your long, dedicated work on this channel. We appreciate everything that you've done for us. And yeah, I hope you guys are excited for Aaron.
Yeah, this guy sounds cool. Have you guys noticed that 3D Pac-Man's eyes? They're little Pac-Mans.
It's genius.
Now that's good character. They put the Pac-Man into Pac-Man. There you go. You kids out there in video game school can learn something from this Pac-Man.
You know what's funny is me and LimeJinjo were just debating this whole time, but there's only one of us right now that is wearing a Pac-Man shirt that should be able to weigh in on this.
I don't see any red boots over here. No long nose. This guy's got no boots.
Yeah.
No gloves.
LimeJinjo, where are the boots?
Who gave him his classic glove?
That is his cousin Puckman. That's not Pac-Man. That's his cousin Puckman.
Of course. Yes.
Asterios, can you show us your full shirt? Can we see the text at the bottom?
I believe it says Game over.
It's censored.
It's blurring.
It says Pac-Man.
No, at the very bottom you can see there, after my editing magic, it says Puckman.
Good night.
Can't argue with that.
Love you, kids. Good night.
Can't argue with that. Thanks for watching.